Hi, I was watching Beyond the Imaginary Curves interaction with people at Glasgow University, and someone put in a comment that basically about body language and stuff like that. I think it was West Coast Wisdom. So I thought I'd have a look at that about a field guide to discomfort. So here's so if you're interacting with people on a one-to-one or maybe two-to-one, whatever. These are signs to look out for when people are in discomfort and when people are suffering from discomfort and stuff with things that you're talking about and stuff like that, any questions that you're asking and stuff. Then once you recognise these tells, these signs, you'll know to stop what you're saying, take it back a bit, bring them back so they feel comfortable again, and then continue with your Socratic method questioning, which is the best way to go about these things, in my opinion. So yeah, give me a second. It's a bit muddy there. So discomfort signals work together with comfort signals to help you manage interactions. When you realise that someone is uncomfortable, you can quickly take action to fix the situation. Once the individual is giving off comfort signals again, then you know you have successfully put the conversation back on track. Right. Like comfort signals, discomfort signals appear in patterns and are best understood in context. When you see a discomfort signal, think through the other comfort and discomfort signals you have seen, as well as the overall context. Give me a second. Oh, big step. This is a list of most common discomfort signals. And like I said, before I go any further, there's fair use for educational purposes, just in case. But we know that only applies to the person. I'm not a person. I'm a man. These are particular signals because they're both very common and very easy to spot, making them the perfect place to begin. This isn't an exhaustive list, so you can learn. As you learn additional discomfort signals, feel free to add them to your repertoire. But this list is all that you need to start noticing discomfort signals and using that information in your interactions. Neck touching or neck rubbing. These are the key discomfort signals. Your neck is home to many nerve endings that, when rubbed, will lower your heart rate and comfort you. When people are uncomfortable, they will unconsciously touch their necks so that these nerves will activate and help to calm them. Rubbing or stroking on the front or back of the neck is the most common kind of neck touching. But if the individual is wearing a necklace or a necktie or a scarf or something around the neck, they might start fiddling with that instead, because they can't get to the neck. Yeah. Face touching or face rubbing. There are also nerve endings in your face, so some people will rub their face to comfort themselves. Look for rubbing the forehead, rubbing the eyes, playing with the hair, rubbing lips. All of these are behaviours people use to calm themselves down. People also sometimes puff out their cheeks and exhale. Leg rubbing. This is where a seated individual puts their hands or hand palm down on the legs and slides it towards the knees. Just picture someone wiping off the sweaty palms on the pants, and you've got the idea. Withdrawing or blocking. If someone is in conversation and they become uncomfortable with the individual or the topic of discussion, they'll try to pull back or place objects between them and you. They might lean away or adjust their chair so they're not facing you directly. Or they might cross their arms to block their chest and across their legs so that their knee is between them and the other individual, or you. Be careful with this signal though. Sometimes people, they might cross their legs or lean back to get more comfortable, or cross their arms because they're cold. That's why it's important to look at it in context. If you're seeing crossed arms or legs but otherwise positive signals, you're probably okay. Feet pointed away. Feet are extremely powerful indicators of how someone is actually feeling. If someone's feet are pointed away from their conversation partner, that's often a signal that they'd rather exit the conversation. Of course, this only applies if the individual could comfortably and naturally point their feet at their partner or at you. If you're sitting next to each other on an aeroplane, this doesn't apply because it will be very difficult for them to point their feet at you. But if you're standing facing one another and you see the feet start pointing towards the door or away from you, you might want to graciously bring the conversation to a close. Interruption hand. This is not a sign of discomfort so much as an indication that the other individual wants to speak. When someone wants to speak, their hand will often jerk upwards, sometimes with their pointer finger raised. The hand will only raise part way before stopping. Essentially, what's happening is that the individual wants to interject, but they stop themselves before they actually said anything. Do them a favour and give them a chance to speak. Very little eye contact. Nobody maintains eye contact all the time, but when they look away, they should soon look back at you. If someone is looking at everywhere but you, they are probably not comfortable. A simple way of testing this is to say their name in the conversation. For instance, isn't that right, Carl? Most people, upon hearing their name, will look at you and hold eye contact for several moments. If someone glances at you when you say their name, then immediately looks away, they might be uncomfortable. Also, pay attention if someone is repeatedly looking away from you at one specific thing. For instance, if you're talking with someone and they keep glancing over their shoulder at someone else, it might be that they want to talk to that individual. Acting on discomfort signals. Of course, it's not enough to just know when someone is uncomfortable. You also need to take action to make them feel comfortable again. Yeah? Fortunately, it's easy to know how to make your partner comfortable, or the person you're interacting with comfortable, if you know how. So that's what we'll cover next. And I'll do that in the next video. How to act on the discomfort signals. This is for people if you want to interact with people and you want to know if they're feeling discomfort in the interaction and signs to look out for. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.